A senior IPS officer from the state has shamed his uniform. The IPS officer teamed up with a bunch of policemen to brutally bash up an alleged thief in public. The horrifying visuals narrate the brutality of the incident which took place in Surat. The IPS officer N.D. Solanki bashed up the victim after forcing him to lie on the bonnet of his official vehicle. Four other cops were caught on camera pinning down the hapless youth on the vehicle even as their senior officer rained lathis. Now, the victim was mercilessly beaten up after he faced charges of theft. People who witnessed the brutal face of Gujarat Police are now asking if the accused policeman will go scot-free. Alright, it's hard to believe that this man is an IPS officer, N.D. Solanki. That's the man on your television screens brutally beating up a petty thief over there. Somebody who was accused of a petty crime, raining lathis on this person in full public view. Alright, let's go across now to our correspondent Swastika Mehta, who joins us with more details from Gujarat. Swastika, it's actually hard to believe that this person is an IPS officer. It almost appears like he's taking the law in his own hands. Are his seniors in the know of what... Swastika, are his seniors in the know of what he's done? Are they willing to take some action against him?
Well, Maha, any kind of an action is yet to come with this particular incident that's come out of Surat. But what we can see on the television screens, these visuals are of complete police brutality that can be obviously seen, and an action should be initiated. In fact, we are showing these visuals, and let's hope some kind of response does come, because we did try to contact the government officials and we did not hear from them. So we are definitely hoping that now that these visuals have been telecasted, an inquiry is initiated against N.D. Solanki, who is the top cop. He's an IPS officer of Surat. He in fact is the DCP of Surat Zone 1. So the fact that somebody, the police in fact has taken law into its own hand and is beating up a man so brutally, clearly raises a question whether or not an inquiry will be taking place after we have shown these visuals.
So I think what exactly happened?
Well, Maha, what we were told that the person was suspected to be a pickpocketer, and only on a mere suspicion he was unleashed with series of attacks by N.D. Solanki, who's the IPS officer. In fact, a bystander took a video of this entire thrashing that took place, and that's how we have access to these visuals. This was happened on the streets of Surat, and it's happening in broad daylight, in fact. So there are people who are watching it, and police generally in Gujarat is known to be extremely strong, and you can see the fact that in broad daylight, without an inquiry or conversation taking him to the police station, the man has been pretty much beaten up.
Swastika, just hold on for a bit, stay with us. Let's quickly once again take a look at what exactly happened in Surat today. A senior IPS officer, N.D. Solanki, they're raining lathis on a person who was accused of a petty crime. He's a pickpocket, and he was caught by this group headed by N.D. Solanki. He was then pinned down on the bonnet of N.D. Solanki's official vehicle, and then this IPS officer himself brutally started bashing up this person, and then all the other junior policemen also joined in. Kaushik Joshi, social activist, now joins us for his perspective on this. Sir, what would you say about this brutal incident that is coming to light from Surat of an IPS officer raining lathis on a person who's accused of a petty crime? सर, इस इंसिडेंट के बारे में आप क्या बोलेंगे? यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं एक सीनियर आईपीएस अधिकारी एक छोटे से चोर को फुल पब्लिक व्यू में लाठियां बरसा रहे हैं।
ये एक बहुत ही खराब हादसा है। ये एक आईपीएस अधिकारी ऐसे किसी चोर को इतना मारपीट करे, एक तरह से गुंडागर्दी है। ये आईपीएस अधिकारी को शोभा नहीं दे रहा है।
मिस्टर जोशी, इस केस में किस तरह की कार्रवाई की जा सकती है?
एक आदमी को बिना एफआईआर के, बिना आरोप के इस तरह पीटना एक गुंडागर्दी है और ह्यूमन राइट्स के खिलाफ है। हम इस आईपीएस अधिकारी के खिलाफ जो भी बन सकेंगे वो कार्यवाही हम करेंगे। अभी हमारे 22 साल के लड़के को 34 सेकंड में 36 डंडे से पीटा गया है।
Mr. Kaushik Joshi, many thanks for speaking with Headlines today. Let's now go across to Mukul Sinha. He's a social activist. Mr. Sinha, many thanks for speaking with Headlines today. Gujarat Police doesn't have a great track record in the first place, and now we are seeing these visuals of a brutal scenes really over there of a senior IPS officer bashing up a person who's committed a petty crime.
Well, this type of incidents is in fact alarmingly rising in Gujarat. High-handedness of the police here seems to hold no bar. In fact, just a few days back in a village town, the police fired at absolutely innocent Dalits and killed 3 of them. It is really alarming and very disturbing, especially when we are already having more than 20 police officers in jail for fake encounters. So we are very alarmed, very disturbed by what happened, and we are certainly going to investigate and help the victim in any manner we can from Jan Sangharsh Manch.
Mr. Sinha, what kind of action should be taken against people, an IPS officer over there who is in many ways not using legal means to actually detain a person or get information out about any crime, but using lathis at the drop of a hat? What action do you suggest should be taken which can act as a deterrent?
Well, you see, the Supreme Court has already laid down the norm, and such custodial torture and custodial violence is deprecated by the Apex Court day in and day out, and very stringent guidelines have been laid down. But unfortunately, there is very little observation. However, these fall within absolutely under the definition of criminal offense. So we would believe that the policemen should face the full rigor of criminal law.
Policemen should face the full rigor of law. Many thanks, Mr. Mukul Sinha, for joining us. Arjun Modwadia, Congress Gujarat chief, now joins us on the phone line as well. Mr. Modwadia, these scenes coming in from Gujarat of brutality by the police, your first reactions to that?
It is not a first time that Gujarat Police have brutally behaved with the common citizen. But before a week, you know, in Surendranagar, they have fired indiscriminately, and 3 children of the scheduled caste community have been killed. And initially they even denied to register a FIR. And in various places, you know, the police, at the instruction of the present Home Minister and Chief Minister, they are behaving indiscriminately. So I hear this in Surat too. They behave like this. It's very unfortunate because there is no leadership in the police force nowadays. Since last, 2 years, the present police force was headless. There was no DGP. But now they compelled to appoint the present DGP.
All right.
Unfortunately, every time the interference from the Chief Minister and Home Minister is there. And all appointments is done by the political consideration. So it's unfortunate that such incident occurred in the birthplace of the dance.
All right, Mr. Motwadia, without politicizing this issue, we understand this is election time. What pressure can you put on the government as an opposition to take action against these erring officers?
It is not a political issue for us. The police force, the police personnel to be appointed on the basis of the merit. Who has been professionally good police officers who have, the guts to control the crimes and who is, expert in professional field. But as of today, all appointments are made on the basis of their performance and the political program of the city. Their yatras, their melas, their utsavas in the bottom. So that is the main reason that the police is, the ruthless in behavior, but very committed in the implementation of the political program of the city.
All right. So Mr. Arjun Motwadia, many thanks for joining us with your perspective on that story coming in from Surat. We also have with us social activist Teesta Setalwat. Teesta, Gujarat Police, not a good track record at all, and now we are seeing scenes like these coming out on camera.
No, this is absolutely shocking what I'm just viewing on your channel. I just like to make 2 or 3 quick points. One is that, the instances of police brutality and police criminality and accountability may not be restricted to the Gujarat Police. But the fact is that Gujarat is the only state where police officers of this kind enjoy political patronage at the highest level. The Home Minister in the state from 2002 has been the Chief Minister. And he is responsible for the ACR. So police officers who follow the constitution and protect the law are actually penalized in Gujarat. And I have to point out one more thing. This Mr. N.D. Solanki, regarding whom you are showing this video at the moment, he was also indicted in Tehelka's Operation Kalank when he was SP Sabarkantha for having full-fledged links with the Vishwa Hindu Parishad. And Mr. C. Kumar, who is the former DGP of Gujarat, had actually in his first affidavit before the Nanavati Commission written to the Ahmedabad Police Commissioner saying that the Sabarkantha VHP had supplied arms in preparation for the violence to Ahmedabad. So the track record of this officer appears to go far back in terms of protection from the political establishment. And what we are seeing on camera is completely shocking. It is criminal misbehavior by the police. And one would like to see if the police itself registers a case against him, because in this kind of criminal behavior cannot be accepted in a democracy and a republic. The police is accountable to the public. The police is a public servant. And this kind of trashing of anybody on public camera smacks of kangaroo justice.
Teesta, let me just tell you that the police has not reacted as yet to those visuals we are airing on our television, on our channel. But I'd like to ask you one thing. You were pointing out that many of these people perhaps have political patronage, some of these officers. Do you think in a scenario like that, it is very difficult to bring them to book, to bring them to justice, to have any action taken against these officers?
Well, we will still make the effort, and I'm sure others will also make the effort, and that's why the struggle for justice in Gujarat has continued. I'm saying that this political patronage of this kind, two police officers who break the law, whether it be the officers getting on camera today or other officers who have, served the political establishment in carrying out extrajudicial encounters, or worse still, during 2002, the Commissioner of Police Ahmedabad allowing the massacres of Loda Patia and Gulberg, Joint Commissioner of Police M.K. Tandon and others who have been indicted in investigations are actually today have not been penalized by even departmental inquiries. In fact, in our Zakia-Jati petition, we have submitted a list to the court of those officers that were penalized. The list is very long. The list begins with Mr. Aditi Kumar, Mr. Rahul Sharma, Mr. Rajneesh Rai, Mr. Vivek Srivastava. I mean, the list is that any police officer who comes to the Indian Penal Code and Indian constitutional law has been penalized by the Gujarat government. And therefore, we have alleged that political patronage in Gujarat means actually aiding those police officers who commit illegal acts like the one you're seeing on camera.
Teesta Setalvad, many thanks for joining us with your perspective on that story. Teesta Setalvad bringing out a very important factor there of many of these IPS officers and people within the police setup having political patronage, because of which not enough action has been taken against any of the policemen so as to set an example and deter other people from doing things like this. Clear case of police brutality there emerging from Surat of a senior IPS officer, ND Solanki, brutally bashing up a pickpocket over there. This man was picked up by this team of policemen. He was then pinned down on the bonnet of ND Solanki's official vehicle while he started raining lathis on this scene. There were other policemen, junior officers who also Alright, these visuals that you're seeing on your television screens coming in from Surat, senior IPS officer ND Solanki raining lathis on a thief. This person was accused of a petty crime. He is allegedly a pickpocket. He was picked up by this team of policemen. He was then pinned down on the bonnet of ND Solanki, senior IPS officer's official vehicle, while ND Solanki himself started brutally bashing up this alleged criminal. After that, all the other policemen standing there also took turns in beating up this criminal. Let's listen in now to what exactly happened at that spot.